180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude?
2,000 feet on 1014, Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo.
Hello YouTube, Wycliffe Barrett here, Xplane dedicated. Today we're looking at Daytona Beach International XP. This is for Xplane, it's by Aerosoft, it costs €25.16 or £22. Daytona Beach is a beach, it's a holiday resort on the east coast of Florida. But it's also famous for the raceway, as we can see here. This is a brilliant scenery. It's huge. When I say it's huge, the area that it covers is massive, and I'm not quite sure where the scenery ends and the default starts. It's very hard to locate that, and I'll explain that in a little bit longer when we get into the video a little bit more. But look at these buildings. It's massive. It's a massive area, and it's a huge airport that doesn't have that much should I say airliner traffic. It's more used to general aviation, Learjets, Cessnas, obviously helicopters coming in for the race at Daytona Raceway there. So a small terminal for a big airport. The runway is huge, absolutely massive. There's lots of water around, obviously, because it's on a kind of an archipelago on the east coast of Florida there. Here we've taken an aerial shot. As you can see part of the runway there and part of the raceway to the right hand side. They don't call them racing circuits, they call them raceways. Anyway, it's especially highly detailed recreation of Daytona Beach International, Kilo Delta Alpha Bravo. It's got accurate, highly detailed buildings. They're all custom built. There's detailed terminal interiors, high resolution textures based on photos taken at the site, detailed, accurate ground layout. And I must admit, you look at the airport, it is lovely. It's got moving vehicles, not a lot of them, because, as I say, it's not a huge airport. It's just got this small terminal here. You might be able to get 6 airliners around the 737s, A320s, etc. But the general aviation parking is massive. It's huge, and it's all over the airport. There's loads of it in all different places. There's helicopter pads. It's just really quite breathtaking in its size. I must admit, I was really surprised about the size of the airport, the size of the runway. Here we are, a 10-mile approach. I can't remember which runway. I think it was 70. Coming in on a 10-mile approach over the lush Floridian jungle, vegetation. I mean, whether you like it or not, Florida was once a jungle, and for the most part still is, apart from those bits that Disney has got hold of, and obviously Miami and a couple of other places. But it is a beautiful state. I love going to Florida. I've been there several times on holiday with my family, and then later with my grandchildren as well. You can't help it. You go to Disney, it's wonderful. But there's lots more to Florida than just Disney. As I say, there's Daytona Beach. You can get out to the Cape Canaveral, go to, what's that place called? Titusville, or Titusville, as we say in England, but over there I think they call it Titusville. Anyway, brilliant state. I love it. If you ever get round to the Gulf of Mexico, well, absolutely wonderful, and it is warm all year round. It is really, really nice atmosphere there. I could happily live in Florida, maybe down in the Keys somewhere, but yeah, very nice. Anyway, getting back to the scenery, it's got custom models for city buildings, including the university. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to the city. I was flying around, and I even jumped into a helicopter, which is highly unusual for me. I hate helicopters, but I couldn't actually find the city that well. I could see it in the distance in the haze, but I didn't manage to fly out there, and I wanted to keep the video down to around about the 10 minutes. There's animated jetways, there's safe dock, VDGS and marshallers at all eligible gates. I like that, eligible gates, so that means where the airliners are and not where GA is. There are buildings all over the place. It's like around any airport, there's always lots of aviation industry, so to speak, and it's the same around here as well. But not only is there aviation history related buildings, there are raceway and NASCAR related buildings, because obviously Daytona Beach has got the raceway there. I was going to go and have a drive around the raceway, but once again, it's about time and keeping the video to a decent length. 10 minutes, is just long enough. Any longer, people get bored. People get bored probably after about 30 seconds of my voice. But anyway, that's another story. Here we are, final approach. beautiful, lots to look at, lots to distract you. Cars moving, trains moving, all the lovely buildings as you're coming on that approach. So, you know, it's hard not to have a look around, but you need to concentrate on that centre line, get your aircraft down on a nice landing. We're using the 737 Zebo modified, as you can tell, and here we come, touchdown and nose wheel down. Very nice. Reverse engines on and auto brakes as well. But I think with a runway this length, you really don't need it. I mean, I was at 80 knots before I'd even come out of the runway markings there and onto just plain runway. Just looking at the details a little bit more, detailed recreation of Lafayette Landings Airfield, FD90. Also, interestingly enough, there's a helipad that's located on top of a hospital. And here I am. I'm just taking off from it in a helicopter. As I've said in the past many times, helicopters are the devil's instrument, although this one, which is the Bell, I managed to fly reasonably well. Didn't crash it, although I didn't try to land it. Well, I did, but it was a bit of a rough landing in the middle of the raceway, but you don't see that. So just kind of turning around here, yawing around in the helicopter before going off on a heading and trying to get my bearings. Now the scenery here I'm pretty sure is default, but I've got the US models in, which you can get from Xplane.org. I'll put a link below to Xplane.org and the correct name of that model set. I think it's US West Coast model set or something. And so, you know, you blend that in with any kind of custom buildings and it looks really good. You know, you come down the streets over the estates here as we've come down Daytona Beach. You know, it looks really, really nice. I'll keep quiet for a few moments while we have some nice helicopter music, and I'll be back just before the end of the video. Well, there you go, my friends. £22 worth of lovely scenery on the east coast of Florida. Daytona Beach International for XP, including the Daytona Beach Raceway. As I say, £22 sterling or €25.16. I'll put the dollar price up as well somewhere throughout the video, or you may well have seen that already. Once again, my name is Wycliffe Barrett. This is Xplane Dedicated. Don't forget, smash the like button, hit the thumbs up, and give me a like, because I really do appreciate that. Also, don't forget, you can also go to XPDGA, and that's specifically for general aviation pilots. We'll see you soon, everybody. Please take care, and cheerio.